Please stand for the pledge. Thank you. I've called the meeting to order. I'll entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes of the last meeting.
Motion. Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Opportunity for the public to address the board agenda items only. Anyone? No? Okay, motions. Department of Health, 234007.
If the commissioners indulge, I'm going to read all the motions for the Department of Health. It's all paid for by the state, and it's required by the state. So if you guys have any questions, or you want to pull one out and vote against it or something like that, you can do that when I'm done reading them all, and then you can ask Billy any questions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion 234007, this is a motion to increase the salary of community health nurse from $43,768 to $55,000. Motion 234008 is a motion to adjust the salaries of the community health nurse positions from $42,700 to a range of 46 for LPN to 55 for RN. Motion 234009 is to adjust the salaries of the epidemiologist case investigators from $35,000 to $40,000. Motion 234010 is a motion to adjust the salary of the vacant epidemiology HAI investigator from 36 to a range of 46 to 55,000. Just read that right? Yeah. Motion 234011 is to change the title of Public Health Policy Supervisor to Public Health Policy and Promotion Supervisor. Number 234012 is to change the title of Disease Intervention Specialist to Epidemiologist Case Investigator. 234013 is a motion to change the title of Community Disease Prevention Safety Health Educator to Safety and Health Communities Food Access Chronic Disease Prevention Educator, and to increase the salary from $35,000 to $40,000. 234014 is a motion to create the new position of Tuberculosis Outreach Worker Direct Observation Therapy Worker at a salary of $38,000. And 234015 is a motion to create the new position of Quality Improvement and Health Equity Coordinator at a salary of $40,000. 234016 is to eliminate the position of Health Promotion Supervisor, reduce the salary of Workforce Development Coordinator to $50,000, and reduce the salary of Deputy Director Environmental Health to $70,000. Here to speak upon that is the Executive Director of Health and Human Services, Mr. William Browning.
Bill?
Thank you, Commissioners. As Brian stated, that this is all based on recommendations and requirements of the State Department of Health in furtherance of our certification as a full health department. And that's why some of these titles seem a little strange, but that was based on numerous discussions that we have on a monthly and sometimes more frequent basis.
Anyone have any other questions for Bill?
The reimbursement from the states, is it 80%?
Microphone.
So the reimbursement, once our certification starts, would be from all sources roughly 80%. So it's 50% from Department of Health, but then there are also federal grants as well, and some other environmental grants that take over. So the net is a 20% obligation for the county.
But again,
Currently,
the state wanted, like, requested that these
Correct.
positions be made, and,
They strongly requested some of these changes be made, and since they are ultimately approving the application, we felt it was in our best interest to do so.
Any other questions?
Nope.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
And that was a motion to approve 23-4007 down to 4016?
Correct.
Okay.
Human Services.
Mr. Chairman, the same thing, if you'll indulge me, from 17 through 21. Motion number 234022 is pulled. 234017, motion to increase the salary of House Case Manager from $31,519 to $35,000. Motion to create the position of Housing Case Manager to $35,000. Motion to increase the on-call pay of supervisors for the Office of Youth and Family Services to $20 an hour. Motion to create the position of Caseworker 3 at a salary of $40,665. Motion to create the position of Administrative Assistant 1 at a salary of $35,750. That was 421. Mr. Chairman.
Okay, well, again, Mr. Browning, anything to add?
No, these are all state-sponsored, anywhere from 80% to over 95%.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Bill? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.
Solicitor's Office, 234023.
This is the motion to increase the salary of the two conflict attorneys from $29,315 to $35,000. Here to speak upon that is the Chief Solicitor, Frank Rosario.
Thank you, Chief Jeffers. As indicated, this is a motion to increase two of our conflict counsel attorney salaries, specifically for Mr. Elliott and Mr. McNichols, based upon their active caseloads and based upon the work required for their respective positions. I believe it's appropriate and responsible to increase their salaries from the current salary of $29,315 to $35,000.
And Frank, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I
Yes.
believe in the latest CBA negotiations resulted in part-time public defenders starting at 35. So I think that even makes it more fair.
That's my understanding, that that's where the CBA, I mean, we didn't have anything.
And they do have
I
a
didn't
heavy
anything to do
caseload,
with
I
it.
know.
They do. Yeah, it's appropriate and responsible. I'm happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, elections and voter registration.
Yes, sir, there is two motions here, number 4024 and 4025. Motion to adjust the salary of elections coordinator from 31,519 to 34,854, retroactive to January 1st, 2023. And a motion to increase the part-time clerks from $12 an hour to $18 an hour, retroactive to January 1st, 2023. Here to speak upon that is the Director of Voter Registration, Ms. Elizabeth Hopkins.
Hello, Commissioners. The elections budget eliminated a regular part-time position for 1,000 hours per year at an hourly rate of $9.35 with a savings of $9,350. This position that was eliminated will cover the increase for the elections coordinator increase. It makes her salary definitely more competitive with other election coordinators, not only across Pennsylvania, but in the country. And the part-time wages are being made more competitive for the job market, and our part-time employees play a very critical role in the election process.
Thank you. Anyone have any questions for Beth? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Human Resources.
There are two motions, 4026 and 4027, and a motion to change the following titles: HR Assistant to HR Benefits Analyst and HR Generalist to HR Pension Administrator. Motion 27 is to approve the correcting of the salaries of the Maintenance Department employees as per the CBA, retroactive to January 1st, 2023. Here to speak upon that is our Director of Human Resources, Joanne Decker.
Thank you. The first one is just to change titles to reflect their job responsibilities better. And the second one, we are just looking, it was brought to our attention by the union that we were paying the incorrect salary that it states in the CBA, so we are just looking to correct that error.
Anyone have any questions for Joanne? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Thank you.
Area Agency on Aging.
There are three motions, 28, 29, and 30. There's the motion to change the title of Aging Program Assessors to Aging Care Managers 2. The motion to change the title of the AAA Care Manager 2 to Aging Care Manager Supervisor 1 at a salary of $47,000, retroactive to March 23rd, 2023. Motion to remove the title of Acting Director of the Area Agency on Aging and increase the salary from $69,000 to $73,000. Here to speak upon that is the Community Services Administrator, Susan Moralia.
Hello.
Hello?
The current aging program assessors will be reclassified as Aging Care Managers 2 without a reduction in their base salary. There will be a class of Aging Care Managers 1 and Aging Care Managers 2 for care management staff. So there won't be the distinction of the assessors. And then second, the title of AAA Aging Care Manager 2, to creation of an Aging Care Management Supervisor 1 position to manage assessment and the caregiver support program. The Aging Well was awarded the contract for AAAs to keep performing assessments for Community Health Choices waiver and long-term care placements. The Lackawanna County Area Agency on Aging brings in additional revenue from this contract, which is in place from 2023 to 2026. This position will be 100% funded from the Aging Block grant funds not to exceed $47,000. The Lackawanna County Area Agency on Aging is 100% funded by the Pennsylvania Department of Aging, and the Pennsylvania Department of Aging has approved this compensation plan.
Okay, thank you. Anyone have
Okay,
any
and then
questions?
also Sarah McDonald, the title of acting director will no longer be, she'll be the director of the Lackawanna County Area Agency on Aging, so that's great news. Okay,
So?
any questions?
Any questions? No?
I'm sorry, they're 100% funded, correct?
That's correct.
Probably already said that.
Yes,
Thank
by
you.
the Pennsylvania Department of Aging.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Prison.
Prison has motions 31 through 34. Motion to create the position of lieutenant at salary 73,524. Motion to create the position of investigative officer at 70,000. Motion to increase the salaries of 2 vacant substance abuse mental health specialists from 46,228 to 45 and 45,100 to 50,000. Motion to eliminate the following vacancies: licensed mental health clinician at 50,000, the substance abuse and mental health supervisor at 46,228, and sergeant at 66,066. Here to speak upon that is the warden, Tim Betty.
Good afternoon. I was just seeking some clarification. I had a last-minute amendment to my salary board request, and I didn't catch if you had, okay. I didn't catch if you had, what had been said there. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm looking for the elimination of a sergeant position, a substance abuse mental health specialist position, and a licensed mental health position, ultimately saving $162,000. And I'd like to create a lieutenant position, an investigative officer position, and increase the pay of the substance abuse specialist by $4,900, and increase the pay of the substance abuse supervisor from $46,228 to $55,000.
Warren, did you say you're only seeking to eliminate the licensed mental health clinician position?
And one substance abuse.
Anyone have any other questions for?
Yeah, I do. So according to my calculation, you had 8 lieutenants, and then you promoted one you told me today, one last month, and then somebody today at the prison board meeting. So you have 10 lieutenants?
7, yes.
Okay. Because you had 2 vacancies, and you said one was taken care of last month and then this month. Okay.
Yes.
What is the basis for the need of another lieutenant?
With the other lieutenant position, what we're doing is we're expanding our intelligence department with security threat group studies and work for the purpose of combating gang activity predominantly.
But you have, well, you know, and it kind of goes hand in hand with the next one. So 4032, you're looking to create a new position of an investigative officer at a salary of $70,000. I spoke to the district attorney and asked him, he indicated that his detectives are the equivalent of investigators in his office, and they start at 53. So I have a little problem with the salary, but also, what is the purpose of the investigative officer? What is your basis for wanting this new position?
Multi-purpose, again, with the security threat groups, the gangs, but also internal affairs.
You have a deputy warden of security and a captain of intelligence, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have a vacant captain of investigations that's $74,789, correct?
That one's not really, that's if the commissioners were to agree to promote a lieutenant to the captain position. It's only $4,000 in some money that's there to promote a lieutenant to a captain, and I wasn't asking for that.
Well, I'm saying, why create another position at $70,000 when you have one at $74,000 that's vacant and waiting to be filled?
We filled that one today. Oh, you're talking about the captain position.
Investigation.
There's not $74,000 available there. If I create that position from one of the current lieutenants, then I lose a lieutenant position.
It says on
it dissipates.
the seniority list, it says it's vacant.
It says it's vacant and would be created, it would result in the elimination of a lieutenant position if a lieutenant were to be promoted to that position. It's confusing to me too,
The
Commissioner.
lieutenant was promoted to that position, then you can just promote somebody else to the lieutenant position.
There wasn't money in the budget for that.
But the money's already in the budget. The money's already in your portion of the seniority list. They're listed as vacant, so the money must have been allocated.
For one position, not both a captain and a lieutenant. Right now, there's somebody in that lieutenant position.
Well, somebody needs to explain that then, because I don't understand. How is there only $4,000?
If a lieutenant that position was created, I'm gonna say sometime last year, and the reason being, if they created that position and filled it, a lieutenant's position would disappear. So it would go from 70 to 74, the gain of $4,000, the elimination of the lieutenant's job.
Do any lieutenants assist with investigations?
Yes, they all do.
Okay. Do any have any, I know they all do incident reports and things of that nature, but are there any lieutenants who have special duties that maybe the other lieutenants don't have? I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking of CO Carilla. I know that he's involved in a lot of investigations and things of that nature. So are there lieutenants that perform additional duties with regard to investigations and security and things of that nature?
Again, they all do. They all wear multiple hats.
Okay. And then we're going to go back to having the 2 substance abuse mental health specialists, 1 supervisor, which you wanted to eliminate, but you've changed your position on that, and I thank you for that, because I think that it's required. And I think we do need to continue with our behavioral health, because has the statistics changed? Last time you testified that, last year you wanted to eliminate all the positions, and we didn't end up doing it because you had indicated that 80% of the inmates, what's the population currently?
I believe it was 726 today.
Would you say that it's still roughly around 80% that have substance abuse and/or mental health?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
So you agree that having at least these three substance abuse mental health specialists and a supervisor with the deputy warden of treatment is warranted?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I have no other questions, sorry.
Entertain a motion to approve.
I think you should take them individually.
Motion. Second.
You have to take them individually, because
She wants to pull one out, let her pull one out.
Yeah, okay.
so
Motion 234-031.
okay, and that's the motion to create a
A
position of
lieutenant at
lieutenant.
salary.
Motion.
And it's-
Second.
The question? All in favor?
and-
Aye.
Okay, can you give me, on the question, I want to state that the reason for my vote is that we have 10 lieutenants. We don't need another lieutenant at $73,524. I think we should focus more on trying to get people off intermittent FMLA so that we have people, our staff functioning at full capacity, than adding another position. So I vote no with regard to 23-4031.
Thank you.
Go ahead. 23-4.
4032.
And that's the motion to create a position of an investigative officer at a salary of $70,000.
Correct.
And, go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll entertain a motion for that.
Motion. Second.
Question?
Again, as a prerequisite to my vote, which is going to be no, I believe that the people that are there now, you know, he indicated that we have 10 lieutenants that are doing an investigation. We have a deputy warden of security and a captain of intelligence. In light of, you know, the fact that we're still trying to fight deficits in this county, I don't think we should be creating a new position of an investigative officer at a salary no less of $70,000, so I vote no.
And on
Favor?
the question, Commissioner, so Warden, you're recommending all these changes. You're there every day, all day, and you're recommending these.
Yeah, and the net result would be a savings of over $5,000 for the county.
Okay.
I understand that he's there every day, but us as commissioners, we have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that we're not creating positions and spending money we don't have.
I
So
understand.
I stand by my position.
I understand that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No.
Aye. Okay. 234033, motion to increase salaries of 2 vacant substance abuse mental health specialists from 46,228 and 45,100 to $50,000.
I forgot to ask the warden, is this the reason behind this to make the positions more attractive?
Yes, Commissioner.
Because you're having.
Difficulty getting qualified applicants interested, yes.
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion. Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
As much as it pains me to increase salaries in light of our current budget and revenue versus expense issues, they're important positions, and we do need to get more qualified applicants, so I will vote yes.
Okay, thank you. And 234034, motion to eliminate the following vacancies: licensed mental health clinician at $50,000, substance abuse and mental health supervisor at $46,228, and a sergeant at $66,066.
So moved.
Second. On the question?
I just want to say that I'm going to vote yes with regard to the elimination of the sergeant and with regard to the licensed mental health clinician, but I do believe that we do have to be proactive and as our population increases and the number of inmates that are there, suffer from mental health or drug and alcohol issues, we may need to grow our behavioral health as opposed to reducing positions. We may need to, in my opinion, at some point, grow that department because of the fact that fentanyl is not just in heroin, but is pretty much everywhere, and the epidemic is not going away. So I will vote to eliminate that position. But again, I'm just asking the warden. You were a deputy warden of treatment many moons ago, I believe.
Yes.
You told me. So, keep an eye on that. And if a lot of inmates are signing up for treatment, that might be something you want to reconsider in the future.
Okay, I'll vote yes. Anyone else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Treatment court.
It's a motion to redistribute funds following the retirement of former employee in treatment court. This is 234035. Day reporting director from 45 to 47,000. Adult probation drug and alcohol coordinator from 46 to 47,000. And a nurse receptionist from 40,162 to 41,126. Here to speak upon that is the treatment court coordinator, Mary Liz Loftus.
Thank you. Yes, we had a social worker retire in February, and we were looking to redistribute some of the salary. We lowered the start that position, saving $6,000. So we wanted to add some to the day reporting director and the drug and alcohol coordinator so that we can make all of the professional staff at the same salary over at treatment court. And actually, those two positions, the day reporting director and the drug and alcohol coordinator, are both 100% funded out of grants. So, but I was just looking to kind of make everybody at the same salary. And then also to add some additional money to the nurse receptionist and in the office.
Anyone have any questions for Mary Liz? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And we are also looking to hire a new reentry case manager. We just started doing a court with moms that have substance abuse so that we can get them out of the jail as quickly as we can so they don't lose their jobs and apartments and their kids. And we realized that we really needed a case manager for them because they have a lot of needs. And so we are funding this position 100% out of the IP grant. The salary, this starting position will, it'll start at $47,000, and we would like it to start on July 1st because that's when the IP grant starts.
And that position is being created as, and it will remain in effect as long as the grant, correct?
Correct.
So when the grant expires, the position will expire unless you find another way to fund it.
Correct. It's the IP grant that we get it pretty much every year. It's a state grant, so.
Okay.
Any other questions? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Office of Drug and Alcohol.
This is a motion to create two positions of prevention specialist at a salary of $44,171.40. That is motion number 4037, and motion 4038 is to increase the following salaries retroactive January 1st, 2023. Prevention specialist from $58,379 to $6130.37. Case management supervisor from $60,000 to $61,892.70. Case manager from $48,512 to $49,967.36. Two case management specialists from $44,530 to $45,865.90. Prevention specialist from $44,530 to $45,865.90. Two case special managers from $43,444 to $44,747.32. Case management specialist master's level from $43,833 to $46,000. Case manager from $41,736 to $44,171.40. Prevention specialist from $41,736 to $41,171.40. And case management specialist from $39,186 to $41,171.40. Here to speak upon that is the Drug and Alcohol Director, Ms. Parker.
Thank you. Good afternoon. These are simply increases for the Drug and Alcohol Department's Prevention and Case Management Unit. They're consistent with what civil service is requiring for salaries for these specific positions across the state. They're 100% funded by the state. There's no cost to the county. We definitely need to increase our salaries to bring in additional staff based on the needs within the community. So this is just consistent with what other counties are doing and what civil service requires. Happy to answer any questions.
Anyone have any questions for Barbara? No. Okay, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
A question? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Parks and Recreation.
4039 is a motion to increase the lifeguards from $15 per hour to $18 per hour, and to increase the lifeguard supervisor from $17.50 per hour to $21.50 per hour. Motion 4040 is to increase the part-time seasonal workers from $13.50 an hour to $18 an hour, and the part-time maintenance from $13.50 per hour to $18 per hour. Here to speak upon that is the Director of the Parks, Mr. Art Moran.
Thank you, Commissioners. As everybody knows, and as everybody's watching the news, the lifeguards have become a very competitive item to get. Everybody, every time we offer a pay, somebody else raises their pay. This figure brings us pretty close to what the state is currently paying for their lifeguards, and it's just to be competitive with them. And they are all part-time positions.
Okay. Anyone have any questions for Mr. Moran?
How's the reception on applications?
I have applications. I've hired, at this point, 16 guards, well below what we need.
Well, hopefully this will help.
Yeah.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve
Motion.
Second.
the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. District Attorney.
And just real quick, one thing that, what our chief of staff has done is to basically have all of our part-time positions, except for the supervisors, of course, all at the same hourly rate of $18 an hour, because number one, not too many people can live on less, and number two, it's consistent, which
We're not getting anybody for $12.50 or $13.50.
but the consistency is nice, because when you look at the, you know, the earnings across the board, there's a lot of deviations, and it's nice to see some consistency, so good job, Brian.
Understood. Thank you.
Go ahead, Mark.
District Attorney's Office, motion 234041 is a motion to create a new detective position effective July 1st, 2023, with salary and benefits 100% funded from the GRIP grant 614-120 at $53,388. Position will end once the grant funding expires. Here to speak upon that is the District Attorney of Lackawanna County, Mr. Mark Powell.
Good afternoon. This is part of our GRIP grant. It creates a detective position. It's the second detective position funded by GRIP, and it is 100% paid by the grant.
Anyone have any questions for Mark? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
234042 is the motion to increase the salary of the program administrator from retroactively to March 15, 2023, from $45,675 to $46,817 from funding due to the opioid affected youth grant. Position will end once the grant funding expires. Here to speak upon that is the District Attorney, Mr. Powell.
Again, a separate grant, but 100% funded from the opioid affected youth grant to support the salary.
Anyone have any questions for Mark? Entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
The question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion 234043 is a motion to change the following titles: Deputy District Attorney to Assistant District Attorney, Project Manager to Director of Program Management, Data Analyst to Data Fiscal Analyst, and Detective to Assistant Chief Detective. Once again, here is the District Attorney, Mr. Powell.
Yeah, these corrections are simply to align the title more in line with their job responsibilities. The detective to assistant chief detective will result in no additional salary or increase, although the responsibilities will vary.
Anyone have any questions for Mark? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
I'm going to call a 5-minute recess. Okay, we'll reconvene this.
Can we wait just?
Okay.
Brian. All right, I'm just gonna finish it. All right, go.
Is it or no?
No. I mean, I don't even know.
I don't.
Sorry. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Emergency services.
Motion's 23, 40, 44. Motion to create 3 new part-time dispatcher trainees and 2 new part-time dispatcher positions to increase the salaries from $15.08 per hour to $18 an hour. Here to speak upon that is the 911 Director, Mr. Al Carney.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
This is just going to make us salary-wise more competitive and to try and attract more people. The new positions are, in the last class, we had like 10, and we just hired 2 part-timers that stayed on with us, so it limited us down to like 3 people, and we couldn't start another class, so we had to delay trying to get more dispatchers, and when you're short, it kind of hurts. So we're just asking for a couple more positions so we can train more often.
As opposed to last year when we were desperate for trainees, we are getting more and more trainees.
Yes.
That's good, and we're getting more
Yeah,
people
no,
up
we
at
hired,
911.
we've hired a bunch this year, so.
What's our complimentary at now?
We're still short, about 25% compared to
Okay.
35%.
The
so
35% was 2022.
At the beginning of this year, yes.
All right, good. Hopefully, it's going in the right direction, but it's a national problem. It's
Yes.
definitely a statewide
Oh,
problem.
yes, yes.
Yeah. All right, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Arts and culture.
This is motion 23, 40, 45. It's a motion to create a part-time arts and cultural program coordinator at $17 per hour. Mr. Chairman and Commissioners and Mr. DeBilio, this is a second part-time person for arts and culture out there as we've come out of COVID. We have really went through the roof with all the functions, arts and culture. So she can use all the help that she can get, and this saves us off from putting together a full-time employee. It's really mostly summer work, to be quite honest with you.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? No. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Community relations.
23, 40, 46, this is a motion to create a community relations coordinator, 47,278. The actual job is actually being done right now. It's on loan from a different department, but since we cannot do a budget amendment, we're just moving a person over by creating a different position.
But the previous position isn't going to be eliminated.
Correct.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
A second.
Second.
On the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Opportunity for the public to address the board. Yep.
Hello again. I'm Barbara Durkin, the Drug and Alcohol Director. I do have, in addition to the salary board requests, I would like to make a motion to add a drug and alcohol case management specialist to my office's county complement at the salary of $45,000 per year with benefits. That's a fully funded state position that will assist with the needs of the behavioral health unit out at the Lackawanna County Prison. Again, it's fully fundable, budget neutral at this point, and I'm happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
Anybody have any questions for Barbara?
So this is kind of your way of, we eliminated the clinical position, so you created this position, which eases my mind in terms of my concern about the growing problem with opioids and fentanyl, so, and it's 100% funded, so.
Correct.
Good job.
Okay.
You have to vote upon it. She made an amendment, a motion to amend.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the amendment.
Motion.
Second.
The question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and I'm here in conjunction with Barb, looking for a motion to eliminate the mental health license clinical position. We already did that. To eliminate one of the substance abuse mental health specialist positions, and that's what Barb was talking about. She would be picking that up in her department.
Well, wait a minute. So we originally had the deputy warden of treatment, 2 substance abuse mental health specialists, and a substance abuse mental health supervisor. And then subsequently, a clinical, what is it?
License.
Licensed clinician was added. So we removed the licensed clinician.
Right.
She added the case management position. But now you're looking to remove one of the substance abuse mental health specialists.
Yes.
Why would we do that when they're already there? I mean, the need is there. I mean,
I'm picking up that position.
yeah, well, she's picking up that position, but we already eliminated the other licensed clinician position. Yes, we did. So we had 4 positions over there. He was gonna eliminate 2, but he agreed to eliminate only 1, and we agreed to that. So that we have 3, which I think that's what we started with the behavioral department over there. And then you picked up a position. I thought you were picking up a position to accommodate for the elimination of the licensed clinician.
I have 2 vacant positions on my complement, so it would account for both of those positions that have been eliminated. I had to create one because it wasn't already on the complement, but I already had a vacant position on there. So we'll be even moving forward. And then my positions are fully state funded so that there's no concern moving forward with their budget issues.
Where will they be housed?
At the Lackawanna County Prison.
I'm still like a little antsy about it, just because there's 80% of our inmates have problems. So,
To be honest with you, Commissioner, I understand where you're coming from. I think that this might make things a little bit easier, because if it comes through my office, we can actually do the level of care assessments. We can immediately get them into treatment, which are things that the specialist or the licensed clinician were not able to do based on the authority that my office has. So I do think that moving in this direction will be better for the county, for the inmates in the prison, and for reentry purposes moving forward.
okay,
You're
swaying.
And will
slowly.
allow us for sustainability moving forward, because we can sustain them with our funding.
So under the prison, there'll be the substance abuse mental health specialist and a supervisor.
Correct. That is
And then
correct.
you are going to have a case management
Specialists.
position?
I have one that we're looking to create here based on the previous motion that was approved.
Correct.
And then I have a vacant case management specialist position that we increased the salary on here today at salary board that will also be part of this complement. So they'll
And
be
my
direct.
concern for them being there is that in the event, God forbid, that we have another epidemic like we had COVID or something, we don't want to have a situation where we can't get people into the prison for the treatment. So the fact that they're going to have offices there, is what you're
Correct.
telling me. Okay, all right. You know what you're doing, so I trust your judgment. I'll make a motion to eliminate the substance abuse mental health specialist position. Very confusing. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there a second?
So we're doing them one at a time?
We already did hers, so now we're eliminating, we did his one elimination before, so now we're eliminating another one. And it's painful, but I'm doing it, and I motioned, so I need a second.
Second.
Another question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is everybody clear as to what went on? Or no, okay.
There's a motion now to read the next ones.
Motion to increase the salary of the substance abuse mental health supervisor position to $55,000. That is a prison position, obviously.
Okay, that won't come through your office, Barb.
Correct. That's a prison position.
And that money, you got that money from eliminating the other two to do this increase?
Eliminating the other two, plus there's that vacant position that the prison board voted on this afternoon.
Okay, so at 23-4033, we previously agreed to increase the two specialist positions from 46,228 and 45,100 to 50. But now, in light of what you and Barb have concocted, we are now, that's no longer gonna be applicable, and instead, since you're only gonna have one specialist, you're gonna go in at a $55,000 salary, which will make a difference when hiring people.
For the supervisor,
For the supervisor?
yes,
Okay, so the specialist is still only gonna make 50,
correct,
good lord, okay.
yes.
Hope somebody's taking notes.
And the last motion I had there, I
Wait,
believe it's
wait,
already
I'll
been
make,
addressed.
I'll make a motion to approve that. Is there a second? Okay, on the question.
On
all
the
in favor?
question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm also confused, and the very last motion, I believe, was already addressed, and that was to increase the salary for the substance abuse mental health specialist position to $50,000, and I
Yeah,
think we
that was
already did that.
23-4033, and that was voted upon. Yes, that was approved.
So that's it.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Opportunity for the public to address the board? No one, members, other business? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
On the question, all in favor? Aye, thank you.